Hello guys, and welcome to a new World of Tanks video today. I'm bringing you something a bit different today. A couple of friends of mine have been playing World of Tanks a lot more than I have recently, and they've sent me a tier 9 game which they wanted me to commentate on. So I decided, hell, why not? It might be fun. And they said, don't commentate on it after you've already watched it. And I was like, why? Because they said because it was really good. So, given that they're both maybe two of the most top tier tanks in the game, I assume they're going to do very well. So let's get the game started nonetheless. And looks like we're heading off to the left side of this map. It's actually a pretty decent map. I quite like this one due to the nature of the close quarters combat in the city. I'm just going to leave this from my friend's point of view, just so we can see exactly how he plays this one. You can see here he moves over to the left along with his buddy, and he does have the perk which allows him to know when he's been spotted, and that's a perk that I would suggest that you use quite a lot, because even though the message only comes up 3 seconds after it occurs, it still can help a lot. And you can see here he's using his camera zoomed out to actually look over the top. I haven't watched this before, but you can see here he's actually rushing up towards this E75 to try and get a shot on them. They both have Centurion Mark 7s, and I'm sure he'll be very happy to say that, or for me to say that they are Mark 7s, not just Centurion 7s, as they are supposed to be called Mark 7s, but aren't in the game, and he gets quite annoyed about that. But anyway, it looks like here he got shot into the front by a low, and seeing that tanks are coming over on the right side, he has positioned himself to fire into the lower plate of the ST1, but unfortunately misses and hits the track, which I guess is fair enough. The Centurion pokes around and shoots him in the right side of the front armor, and then he pushes forward again, try and get another shot onto the left side track of that ST1 before it pushes round and it actually gets stuck with its turret just out of range of being able to shoot him. He managed to get another nice, well, 390 damage onto that ST1, which I guess is quite a good blow at this tier. I haven't actually played many tier 9 matches, but it seems this one's going not great at the moment, I guess. He has taken a couple of hits already, and unfortunately the Centurion 7 actually suffers from lower armor than other tier 9s of the same tier. So in that way they kind of have a disadvantage at this point, because he's already taken a couple of hits and he's only done one hit himself. Now I'm promised that they both come out very much on top, and here you can see that he spots an AMX 1390 and does do a nice good shot onto that before spotting the FCM and retreating before that can fire a shot off at him. Now here he can see that his friendly SU-101 is being attacked by this Lorraine 40T, and he's basically waiting for the reload now to hopefully try and kill that, but unfortunately the SU-101 does that for him and he doesn't get the hit onto that. However, he has done a lot of damage so far, and you can see there that he just did another 400 damage onto the FCM, and the Jagdpanther is currently helping him take that out. So with that, I'm guessing the Jagdpanther takes kill? No? No, apparently not. I obviously, as I say, haven't seen this, so there we go. The Jagdpanther just gets the kill before he can, but he is compensated by getting the AMX 1390 kill. In the meantime, his friend hasn't got any kills yet. I haven't really seen how they are doing. And the SU-101 seems to have been caught out here by the Type 59. I absolutely hate the Type 59. It's one of those tanks. It is a premium tank, not necessarily my favourite tank, I'm going to say now. But it looks like here that my friend is confident enough to push up towards this Type 59 and score a 444 damage shot straight in the front armor. Now it looks like this gun is actually quite a good one. It seems that the gun is actually very good, and it seems the SU-101 actually set the Type 59 on fire before getting itself killed, and then the Centurion actually finishes off the kill. Anyway, it looks like while he was escaping from that, he got hit by the GW Panther and then had to basically heal his I think it was his driver or his gunner, and yeah, I think that was a good move. The commander generally I don't think does like anything in particular. That yeah, okay, you're not going to have that skill anymore, but in all honesty, having a gunner with is much more important because of the accuracy bonus that he provides. Anyway, here you can see that he just misses a shot as the I don't know what the hell that was, unfortunately. The T-34 actually misses a shot onto him, and the Panther bounces a shot onto him as he fires another one towards that and scores a shot onto the lower plate here. You can see that he is actually aiming for the lower plate the entire time, which is a very good thing to do. I didn't actually know about this until quite recently. Firing into the lower plate is something that is one of those things that you should do a lot, because you'll realise that you can actually penetrate a lot better in the lower plate than you can in the upper plate. And this is because most tanks actually have a weakness in the lower plate. And I didn't know that. Especially in this game, it's especially the case. It's very much encouraged to do so. Anyway, here you can see that they've brought it back from 5 versus 7 to 5 versus 4. My friend here is currently on 3 kills and his friend 1. Gets a nice shot onto the Jagd Panther before retreating behind this house here. The Jagd Panther seems to be approaching him, so looks like he takes the right route round this building so he can outflank the tank. Now here you can see the Jagd Panther's in a bit of a predicament. He's got his arse stuck towards the Centurion, but it looks like he does manage to get a shot into the track, which does do damage. Presses straight up towards my friend Centurion before he shoots him straight in the side of the front armor to finish him off. Now my friend's now left on 41 health, and he's got to go up against this GW Panther, which is actually rushing up to him. He can one-shot this, so it's just a matter of him having to be careful, because this GW Panther is going to rush round onto him, it seems. Just taking care of his sniper mode. He's waiting for that GW Panther to make his move. Basically, he's zooming out to check which direction he is facing, just to see if he can get the jump on this artillery, using his other ability to look around. But as you can see, the the artillery actually misses him, and he misses the artillery. Wow, that was lucky. The GW Panther actually tries to ram him and kills himself, so he does get that kill, luckily, and now he's on 5 kills with his friend now facing up against an E50, who he then finishes off with the help of my friend here. Anyway, that's been a pretty nice game, actually. I was actually quite surprised how well that went, considering the first bit at the beginning was well, he didn't do too well. He got a couple of shots in the front armor very early on, which I didn't think he would really recover from. But there you can see, 5 kills, not bad. Friend 2 kills, and they've won the game. Apparently he did about 4,000 damage in that game, I think, so good on him for that. Okay, moving on to the second game now. As you can see, again, they are tiered quite highly in this game, but they are matched by 2 tier 10s on each team. On their team, they have a Batchat and a T-110E3, which is the tier 10 American tank destroyer. And on the enemy team, they have the tier 10, is that the heavy? The tier 10 heavy and the Batchat on the enemy team. So that Batchat could be a problem for them. I was basically on TeamSpeak with them while they were playing these games, and they really wanted me to commentate on them without knowing what was going to go on. So again, as I said, I don't have a clue what's going to happen in this, so I'm just going to assume that they do well for now. as they wouldn't have sent it to me. So on the left, looks like we're going towards the town. This is another map that I quite like due to the close quarters sort of combat. I find that people are actually quite slow to deal with close quarters combat. You can trick people quite easily by like pressing forwards and backwards quite quickly, and then like pretending like you're going to go out and then not, and then they fire, and then you basically push out then and then fire at them and without them having a shot. So there's that, and you can see here that they're probably just joking around a little that they're going to fire each other, which is something that they do quite a lot. So anyway, moving into the city now together, you can see that most of their team is spread around the city side, with a heavy on the right and a medium in the top right of the, or top left of the map if you look at the mini map. And here you can see that they've already come up to some combat, and the American tank destroyer tier 10 is sitting right behind them. It looks like he's babysitting. So basically, using his initiative, he's obviously pushed forwards and waiting to spot the T110E3, which I think is the heavy tank I was talking about. Manages to get a shot into the lower plate on that, and himself gets shot in the track, which instantly detracts him with the amount of damage that that shot did. So he decides it's probably not a good idea to face up against that, having done his damage, shouldn't really push his luck. Moves over to the left side to help out with this tier 10 tank destroyer, who has already done a nice 1,000 or 930 damage onto the IS-8. Wow, okay, that gun does a lot of damage. So here we are, stuck on the, well, on this side of the town. Looks like friends there just got hit by either artillery or a tank, and which shot off his track. It seems to have got away with not taking any damage though, and so my friend goes back round to get another shot onto this pattern, but the tier 10 tank destroyer is still sitting there, and he can't penetrate the front plate of that quite so easily as he did the first time. So seeing that they have both retreated, he takes up his spot there again. See, he does pretty much similar thing to me actually. He seems to switch in and out of sniper mode quite frequently, which is quite interesting. I've never really watched somebody play from their perspective before. It's quite interesting. I like to switch in and out of my sniper mode, as you know, because I just feel it's a lot better. And here you can see that he tries to get a shot onto Ferdinand, but it looks like he gets blocked by his friend, who, well, he probably wasn't going to get the shot anyway, but it probably would have been nice to have the shot to be taken. Now he can see that he's been spotted, so he decides to reverse furthermore until he can see the side of the M103, but unluckily hits the building that is very close to him. And my other friend here decides to move up and take his own shot, as he manages to get a penetrating shot into the lower plate of that tier 9 pattern, which is a good tank to be taken out of the early game. Here you can see he's found the Ferdinand and manages to get the killing blow onto that, and then moves around to see the side armor of the T28, getting himself stuck on some rubble and nearly, bloody hell, nearly taking a shot into the rear armor there from that T28 prototype. Unfortunately, he doesn't penetrate the front armor of that thing, so he doesn't manage to get the finishing shot, leaving his friend pretty much in the open with that tank. Here you can see though, fires another one, which does bounce again, and continues to move into a flanking position on this T28, which is cleverly backing up, keeping his front armor facing all the time towards the person who next has a bullet. Unfortunately for that T28 there though, his luck ran out, and they eventually get both those kills. So here you can see they're now on 2 kills between them, and they are slowly moving up towards the rest of the tanks in the town. Now there seems to be they still have both of the tier 10s on the enemy team, and here you can see the IS-8, the tier 9, poking his head out. Unfortunately, the shot is missed there by my friend, but he decides instead of going around that way, he'll let the tank behind him take the shots while they both flank round the right together, straight towards this pattern. So here you can see, knowing that he can penetrate that in the front lower plate, he does rush around and secure the kill for their team, and my other friend manages to kill the IS-8 in the back with some good flanking maneuvers around there. As those tanks were both distracted by shooting people who were inside the town, they both left themselves open to a flanking maneuver similar to that. And here you can see, as they push out to try and hit the Batchat that was moving around the right side, they do walk into a KV-4 and the AMX and the AMX-50 FOC on the other team. So now they're in a bit of a predicament. Looks like they decided to go back towards the town so they don't get caught out from two sides. That Batchat could be a very big problem should it come up behind them. So it looks like they've headed up now into the city. He's actually caught out the tier 10 tank in the side armor and takes out that kill before the IS-3 gets killed itself. Wow, that was lucky for the IS-3, but very good job there by my friends to secure that kill. Here you can see that they finally spotted the AMX-50, and the IS-3 does not survive long in front of that, as the KV-4 fires a shot which bounces straight off my mate. Okay, so now they have seen an IS-8 out of position, manages to get a wonderful side shot into that, as his other friend manages to keep it rolling backwards on the over there. You can see he's left on 538 health and is continuously putting pressure onto the IS-8, which forced it to move backwards, which in turn gave my friend here a shot in the side of it, which has left it on not much health at all. The AMX has moved around. The AMX tank destroyer has actually moved around. The low secures the kill onto the IS-8, and while all that confusion is going on, my friend here manages to get a shot onto the Batchat while, wow, they can't really do anything about that. The KV-4 top turret is sitting there ready to be shot at, so as his gun is about to reload, he moves forwards to take the kill. Unfortunately doesn't get it. The AMX-40 FOC has actually, well, AMX-50 FOC has actually came up behind them there and shot the other teammate in the back armor. The Batchat managed to track my friend here as just after he killed the KV-4. Here you can see he's gone on for the killing blow and is currently got top gun. The AMX-50 is pretty much got a great shot into the back there, and you can see that he does secure that, unfortunately, as my friend secures the kill finally onto the AMX-50 FOC to secure the win. Well, both of those games were very good for the person I was spectating. Very well played to both of them though, for doing the damage onto all those tanks and getting all those kills. I think between them they must have got, let me just think, yeah, it must have been around 13 kills over both matches, which is almost the entire team between them. So very well done to them guys, and I can see now why they wanted me to, well, commentate on them for them. So I hope you guys, my viewers, have enjoyed that. I would love to do it on my own footage, but I thought maybe you'd like to see something a bit more high tier. I am only tier 8 after all, and these guys are fighting tier 10 battles all the time. So hopefully you guys have enjoyed this, and yeah, I look forward to bringing you another video of this. Make sure you vote for World of Tanks if you'd like to see this next week. If you'd like to see something else, then let me know. But that's been that, guys. Hope you've enjoyed it, and I'll see you in the next video, guys. Goodbye.